Hello and welcome to the Sovereign Heart. My name is Bhavna Mistry, self-story alchemist and heart-centered mentor. And today you're looking behind me into one part of the temple of the heart. Yes, there are many parts to the temple, as other videos have shown, but here's a quick look around. The temple of the heart. And this is where I do all my work from. I sit in this space. This is where I sit and do the initiations from. Please have a look at what I offer and come and join me. So the core initiations are the Inner Tantric path and the heart seed activations and intuitive sacred geometry. I will talk about all three to help you understand what they are all about. The Inner Tantric path. So the Inner Tantric path, it's going beyond the normal work that you would do with chakras. It's taking them to another level when you're working with the inner core part of your own light body. What the Inner Tantric path does is it activates the vibrational forces that you need to work with to reach your own divinity, and it helps remove the obstacles to your divinity. So we do that by working with Ganesh. Ganesh is well known for removing obstacles and providing blessings. So what's the core thing about the blessings that Ganesh provides for us? Well, for a start, when you're working at soul level, you're working on your path, you want to let go of all the interference that is not you. You want to, because anything that's not you is blocking your path. You know, whether it's called trauma release, whether it's called soul retrieval, whether it's power retrieval, there are so many different traditions that support us along the path to do this. But the core thing about the Inner Tantric path is we're working within the light body, the part of us that connects us to our own soul and our own divinity. So Ganesh is one of the first initiations that I did. Very powerful to work with, incredible energy, incredible vibration, and it does really help begin to clear your path, clear your way forwards, and help you understand which direction you want to go in. So then working with Ganesh, we also then work with the Shakti energy. So what is the Shakti energy? So people might know the Shakti energy as Kali, or they might know her as Parvati, or they might know her as Mary Magdalene. The name is a vibration that you're working with. So when I work with the Shakti energy, I'm bringing in the vibrational force of the Divine Feminine. Whether you need to work with Mahashakti or you need to work with Mary Magdalene, it will be revealed to you and it will be guided from that inner space. And when you work with these divine forces, when we get connected and initiated at this deeper level with these forces, they begin to help us remove everything that's been blocking us from achieving that deeper level that allows us to connect into who we truly are. And that's about working with the Shakti, Mahashakti, and that's where the initiation will be. And that's how during the day we will connect into the Mahashakti. We will use the vibration that helps us connect into her, and then by the end of the day you will meet the Shakti energy that you are going to go forwards working with. And it could well be Kali, but it might not be. It could well be a gentler form, but it might not be. This is your personal path, your own journey, and what you need will be revealed to you, which is true to your own heart. And then the third part of the inner tantric path is working with Shiva. Shiva represents pure consciousness. He's without form and is often seen as the atheist who doesn't take part in life. So when we're connecting into this consciousness, we're connecting into that void, that field from where consciousness began its journey, where it decided to experience itself and experience life. So what you're effectively doing is deepening your connection to consciousness to take you to that space where you can be true to your own consciousness and allow that to filter into your own life. Whether you work with Shiva or one of the other divine forces, that's your own journey. But connecting you into this consciousness is about connecting you into this field that is accessible to all of us, no matter what path we come from. So I invite you to join me on the inner tantric path by connecting into Ganesh, Shakti and Shiva, and then seeing what comes through for you to take you deeper. So that's the inner tantric path. The heart seed activations. So why would I bother doing heart seed activations if we're already working deeply with the inner tantric path? A heart seed helps us access this on our own. So when you're here, when you're in this space, when you're doing the work with me, I'm holding the space, I'm holding the vibration. This temple has been created to hold the vibration so you can go really deep within yourselves. But what we really need to do to go deep within ourselves after this day's experience is also go deep within our own hearts. Now, some of you will already be doing very deep heart-centered work, and you may not feel the need to do the heart seed activations. What they are is they're a core foundation, and they're a foundation of us being able to handle whatever comes through as we embrace deeper into our soul's journey. What I've found through my own path is I had to be in a place where I came, whatever was going on in my life, I needed to find that inner peace. So how do we find that inner peace? And that's the first step, is connecting into the vibration of pure peace, so that no matter what experience you've had, you can tap back into it and bring peace in that moment to that situation. So you're clearing the charge of the situation, and it allows you to flow deeper into your own heart and deepen your inner tantric path. So peace brings pure, peaceful, serene tranquility into your life in the moment. Love. Love is the fabric of the universe. Love is the feeling of pure, unconditional, divine love. And that we can only experience when we bring it through us, through our own hearts. The heart is the space we activate that flow, and that flow sort of moves in through the center of your heart and out into the space around you. And you fill the space with this energy so that whatever's going on, you're keeping your vibration in a space of positive vibration. you've taken the charge away with peace, and you're bringing yourself into a very powerful, positive vibration by being in the space of divine love. And when you're in this space of divine love, it's easier for us to have a look at what's going on within ourselves. What's going on? Why am I feeling fragile? Why are my senses all like, what's going on here? Even when you've had a really beautiful day and you've done everything, and then something inside you is unsettled, the heart is the space to go into, to connect to your own soul, your own journey, and ask yourself, why am I unsettled? And that brings you to truth, the heart seed of the truth. Because when you tap into your own innermost truth, you need to be in that space of deep peace and pure unconditional love, and actually see what your truth is revealing to you at that moment in time. And tapping into the truth, the vibration of truth, is not easy, because there can be a lot of discomfort around it, because everything that you knew was the truth may not be the truth, and you might learn something new, or something that you now are ready to shed, or somehow you're willing to look at. And your heart reveals that to you as you become ready for the next steps. And so the journey of the truth deepens and goes deeper and deeper. And the more you work with your inner tantric path and you clear more of the pathway, you go deeper and you reveal your authenticity. And that begins to shine through you. And that's why the heart seed of the truth is very, very powerful to work with. But to face the truth, we do need to have inner peace, and we do need to have that level of being able to connect into the power of unconditional love. And then as this truth is revealed, you begin to see the light, and the light begins to shine through you. And your light becomes more and more activated. The fire within yourself begins to burn to show you who you are, where you are going, and where you need to be next. And this all together creates a whole sense of being in your inner path, your journey, and going forwards in life. So I invite you to come and join me for the heart seed activations, because that is the foundation of being able to go deeper and deeper and deeper in a place of confidence, because you know that you're doing the right thing for your soul, for your journey, for your own perspective. We don't need somebody else to tell us how to live our lives, and we certainly don't need to have readings to say this is what's going to happen next and this is what you need to follow, because all of these readings are mere possibilities. What we really need is to do this for ourselves, take responsibility for our lives every step of the way. And we do that by stepping into our hearts and following what comes through and clearing anything that no longer serves us. So that's the heart seed activations and the inner tantric path. And finally, I'm going to talk about intuitive sacred geometry. Now, sacred geometry, we all know there's the flower of life, we know the labyrinth, we know the Sri Yantra. There's so many different forms of yantras available that we can work with. And I say yes to it, work with them, because that's the journey. As if you're called to do it, do it. But not everybody wants to work with those particular patterns. So what I'm offering is intuitive sacred geometry. So what is intuitive sacred geometry? Well, you can see it all over in my temple space. I have created different forms of geometry. Now that represents the soul's journey. These are all the different paintings I have done intuitively from the heart, because they called me. Now that one is based on the Kali yantra, but I had to activate it in a different way. There's one at the end there that represents the Shiva yantra, and I had to activate that in a different way. And then further up, you can see very, very different forms of yantras I have created, and they are sitting in my space. And I created them at different parts of my journey. They called to me at different times in my journey, and I would just sit down, I would draw it, and I would do it freehand. There was no kind of get the compass out, get the ruler out, let's make it perfect. It's about what's coming through, let that come through, do it intuitively, and then you can go and create it as a painting like I've done, or you can paint it, or you can redraw it and let that evolve through you. But intuitive sacred geometry is tapping into the patterns of life that significantly mean something to us for our own personal soul journey. I started creating these back in about 2008. They were basically, might have even been before that, they were basically patterns I was creating. You know, when I was in my teenage years, I was doing all these doodles and they formed patterns. I didn't know what I was doing. They were coming through me in an intuitive way, and it was only over time that I began to understand what they meant. And even all the paintings I've got here, like the ones I've created over there in the corner, can you see them? Yeah, so in the corner there, on that table, behind the chair, all those paintings represent the chakras. When I created them intuitively, and I didn't even know why I was painting them. I was just picking up these little boards, painting them in one color, and then just letting them dry, and then different images began to form. And over time, and it took me 10 years to actually recognize how powerful they were. Yes, I did see how powerful they were back when a few years after I started painting them. I tested them out with people and I worked with them for healing, and they formed portals for people to step beyond their limitations and step into the next space. It was a portal for transformation, and then once they went into the portal, they could move through that gateway and go to the next stage of their life. And that's, I offer these as healing sessions, or you can come and work with me and do one of my intuitive sacred geometry courses, which allows you to go deeper. If you want to come and if you want to receive a healing session, I can also offer them online, because you just need to be able to activate it by looking at it. And these sessions take about 30 minutes because they are that powerful, and because I've worked with them, I've painted them, and the energy of it is part of me now. It actually takes me very little time to do the work because it's that powerful, and because that's the energy that I vibrate. I was helping out with healings at the temple one day, and they said, would you like, they invited me if I'd like to try, and I said yes. And they said, oh, we're only offering, something like 10 minutes. And I said to them, but I only need 10 minutes, because that's the truth of the level of transformation work I've done. I only need 10 minutes. And so I offered sessions for about half an hour to give you time to come settled in. We choose, we do the work, and then time to unsettle, and time to reground yourself. So I offer that too. And if you want to go for a really, really deep, powerful journey with me, where you're giving yourself 100% commitment, I offer something called Soul Story Alchemy Sessions, which became, initially I called them the 777 Personal Transformation Plan, which was basically an invitation to 7 sessions. I allow between 1 hour and 1.5 hours for these. We do a whole consultation, which then leads to the first step. And then from there, we unfold and we work through all the chakras in the body, revealing 7 core stories that you need to work through on one particular area of your life, whatever that may be. So I've worked with people who've needed to put on a show, to have the courage to do a Facebook Live, to there was one person who had stuttered all her life. She was a retired nurse, and after doing these sessions with me, uncovering her stories, receiving the gifts that she needed to, the tools that she needed to support her going forwards during these sessions, we then came to a place by the 7th session where she saw vast improvements in her ability to start speaking more freely and speaking for what she wanted, and saying no to people where she previously couldn't say no. So she went away after those 7 sessions confident that she had the ability to now speak her truth and not stutter. And that's the power of these sessions. They work with you individually, what you need, and I will use whatever tool is required because I channel everything in the moment. So, okay, I spoke more about everything I offer. That wasn't the plan, but I hope you come and join me and come and see the work I offer from my space in the Temple of the Heart. So my name is Bhavna Mystery. From the Sovereign Heart, come and join me. Come and do anything that you feel drawn to, and let your soul shine, because that's what this is all about. It's not about my journey, it's about you, and uncovering your truth and allowing yourself to lead you in the best way that life calls you. Thank you very much for listening. I spoke far more than I was going to, but I think that kind of covers everything I wanted to say. I'll do some short videos as well. Thank you.